Hey folks, your host Bryant, Dexter, Boakye here, and I'm sitting with former Philadelphia news reporter Ron Neumer. Today we're here to discuss his book, Once in a While in Philadelphia. Ron, it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure. Thank you so much. It's really nice to be here. I'll tell you, you really got a nice studio here. This is really a nice setting.
It cost me a pretty penny, but
okay.
I'm happy about it.
Okay.
So Ron, immediately when I look at the book, I notice these upscale buildings in the background. It's kind of this hustle bustle city, really colorful. Is this where the high society resides? Is this about the high living in the city?
No, actually my story is the direct opposite of that. I mean, this is about a row house neighborhood that is, it's pinched in between a railroad corridor and an elevated north to south interstate highway, a polluted creek, and there's like boarded up factories. These people live on narrow row house streets, and they're trying to deal with the complexities of everyday life. They're just trying to make do. And actually, the people that live there, I don't think they will ever wind up living downtown or mingling with the high society crowd. It's the direct opposite. They could only wish to have some of the things that the people downtown have. They're just struggling day by day to make ends meet.
So then, who are these people in your book? For instance, a pretty eye-catching name, slave driver.
Well, I grew up there. It's part of me. It's part of my fabric. I experienced it, and you know, some neighborhoods give you this story, and this is one of them. Slave driver was a newspaper boy, and he had 3 younger brothers. And what he did is he had one brother pull the wagon. The other 2, he would tell the other 2 brothers, hey, put the paper here, put the paper there. And slave driver did absolutely nothing. And that's how he got his name. But slave driver, I mean, neighborhoods give you stories, names like this. And this is definitely one of them.
It's a fitting name for a character like that.
Yeah.
Ronnie the Big Cat.
Ronnie the Big Cat was the son of a politician. And Ronnie liked to impress you. He liked to show off and things like that. No matter where you went, he was someplace better. He would say, I went to a nice restaurant. Oh, I was at a 5-star restaurant the other night that was better than that. But Ronnie got this 19-something gigantic Cadillac, and the thing had air conditioning, power windows, power seats, power locks, push-button radio, pop-up trunk, dual tires, positive traction rear. And everybody that would ask Ronnie about the car, he would say, it's got air conditioning, power windows, power locks, power doors, push-up trunk, push-button radio, pop-up trunk. And that's how he got the name from the car. And what Ron used to do to try and show off, it'd be like 95 degrees out. He'd be riding around the neighborhood with the windows up, air conditioning on, a 3-piece suit trying to show off.
Pork chops.
Pork chops. Chuffy Howe and his dad, Pork Chops, ran a card game in their basement on Tacony Street, down the street from the boarded-up Henry Wadsworth Longfellow Public School. And Pork Chops worked down the docks. And one winter it was really cold and freezing. The river was frozen up. No ships could get in. And Pork Chops wanted to give his family a nice holiday dinner. So what he does, he goes into the Shop Thrifty supermarket underneath the L on Frankfurt Avenue, and he stuffs pork chops in his pockets, and he runs out with the manager and the rest of the cashiers in a hot pursuit. So Pork Chops is in front of the judge, and the judge looks down at him, and he says this. He says, Pork Chops, and the judge said, he's thinking this, boy, this is a pretty good little humor in the courtroom. You know, the courtroom could use this. But he says, Pork Chops, if you ever come in front of me again, you'll do jail time. And the name stuck.
I don't think pork chops would be the best place to put them, would be in your pockets, but I mean, if
well, it was a cold day. I guess they would have made it home.
So Taboo, I really like this guy's name, and I hope he's as cool as he sounds.
Taboo was, we used to hang on this corner on Stiles and Margaret Street and corner store, and Taboo would practice his dance moves there. He had this transistor radio he put in. He'd be doing his dance moves, and Taboo, when he said this, he said, the way to meet the girls is through your feet.
Smooth. All right. So then, this one I'm still trying to get my head around, and we briefly discussed this before, but I'm suspicious of it. The Stukowski twins. You're really telling me one of them really tried to catch an air conditioner, a falling one.
That's like that's a story that's some people that have been there for a while. They know this story. But we were standing on the corner, and it was like a sweltering day, And Tiger Stukowski and his brother Andy would make the rounds of the bars and all this and that. And they were in the corner, and it's like a hot day. And down Style Street, this guy's coming. He's got an air conditioner on a wagon he wants to sell. He wants to sell for $50. And Tiger says, I'll give you 25. So Tiger buys the air conditioner, and him and his brother Andy, they go around to Tacony Street to put the air conditioner in the second-story window. But before they do that, they drink a six-pack. So they're like a little twisted up a little bit. And so Tiger's in the burning pavement below, and Andy's in the wind. And Tiger's like yelling up at him, twist it, turn it, do this, do that, push it in, push it out. And perish the thought, Andy loses control of the air conditioner and slips out the window, and Tiger, instead of stepping back, he tries to catch it. I mean, the air conditioner goes right between his legs, it almost crushes his feet, and he's almost like in a body cast. And besides this, Tiger wanted to try and catch the Jersey Devil, and also, with some of his bar friends, he actually wanted to invade Cuba. I mean, when he was in the hospital, they were providing some counseling for him to help try to straighten him out. So, you know.
He wasn't the most rational person.
No, I wouldn't think so. No, not after all that.
But what might actually top him is the shoemaker kid trying to dive into an empty pool.
These stories go hand in hand, in all honesty. But Bobby Shoemaker was from the neighborhood, and what he did is when he came around the corner and he had smoked 2 J's and he drank some beer that his he swiped from his father. But earlier in the day, he goes to the neighborhood military recruitment place. He wants to enlist, and he tells the recruiter, you know, I want to screw up the enemy and I want to shoot down enemy airplanes. And the recruiter just, you know, throws him out the door, you know. And Bobby said, I'm ready to leave now. And they said, you know, they just tossed him out. But he's in the corner, and he's saying, I can't think straight, I got to cool off. So he goes to the Whitehall Pools, which is like alongside the high-speed railroad tracks, and he stands on this wall. But what he didn't realize is they drained the pool earlier in the week because of a high urine count. So they found him.
It was him being twisted, I'm assuming.
I mean, really, yeah. I mean, and they found him at the bottom of the pool. They found him at the bottom of the pool. He was somewhere between unconscious and half dead. I mean, Bobby came out of it all right. They had to do an install job. They had to put a steel plate in his head. And he had this, like, distant, far away look in his eyes. Like, if you looked at him, it's like the lights are on, but nobody's home.
So you've got crazy dude trying to enlist in the military, shoot people up, and try to dive into an empty pool. You got the guy stuffing pork chops into his pants. I gotta assume, though, that there's some normalcy here. Not everybody's off the wall.
No, actually, there was normalcy, and actually there was a lot of hard-working people there. There was like a lot of blue collar men who supported their families. They worked like policemen, firemen, plumbers, carpenters, mailmen, things like that. And there was like a code of honor with this blue collar people just working hard for their families, trying to make ends meet. And there's something about that too, like this code of honor. There was one gentleman who worked where they made subway cars, and he got a promotion. And all of a sudden, he's wearing a suit to work and kind of a briefcase. And these other guys, they sort of look down on him like he's not with us anymore, you know. But it was that code of honor. But it was like hardworking people. There were a lot of values there, and I would say it was a combination of like off the wall and everyday people just living together.
So you have a lot of interesting characters in here, obviously. But are you in here?
Well, actually, yeah, I am really. You know, you always remember your first love. When I was 21, I was seeing this girl. Her name was Roseanne, and she was absolutely stunning. I mean, she was olive complexion. She was just beautiful. She had high cheekbones and intelligent eyes. And we met at a ballroom over on Roosevelt Boulevard, overlooking the Boulevard Pools. And I remember when I danced with her, it was like magic, holding her so close. It was like magic. But I had a convertible back then. We used to take these rides down the Jersey Shore. I'd have the top down, radio playing real loud, the wind blowing through our hair. It was like incredible. It was like magic. It was like a golden time. And she always said to me, she says, well, geez, Ron, I just want to be friends and so on. And like, I just want to be friends. But one night she asked me, she just says, Ron, do you love me? I said, well, I gave her the answer that I thought she wanted to hear. I said, well, geez, we're friends. I mean, things are going really pretty good. Maybe we should just let it go of that and we'll see what happens. And somehow, I don't know, the bomb just fell out. Everything just came apart. And I think the thing is, I had the ending for a story for a long time. I had the ending. I think the thing is, if you have a chance for something, you have a chance for something in your life, I mean, don't blow it. I mean, just go for it. Don't blow it. And, because you just can't go back. But, as I say, you always remember your first love.
It's true. And honestly, that advice you give can be applied to anything. If you feel strongly about something, you got to go after it. You got to take your chance. You got to take your shot.
Well, I think the thing is, if something comes up in your life that can really, I don't know, change your life a little bit, I mean, give it a try. Don't have regrets later on. Yeah. Don't go later on saying, boy, I wish I did this or I wish I did that. I think that's the thing.
So, on the inside cover of your book, you say you're going to take your readers on a roller coaster ride, and I think even from that story you just told, it's quite apparent, but how do you feel about that? Do you think?
Well, I think I really did. I think I took the people in twists and turns, and I mean, even in the book, there's a zombie invasion from the cemetery, and these construction guys wearing work boots stopped the zombies and ended the invasion, and they wound up on, like, the news shows. I mean, what good is a book without zombie invasions? And
gotta have the undead.
And other than that, there's also tragedy. There's this Johnny Mara who went off to war. He came back, he wasn't the same, and he lost everything. And one cold, bleak night, walking back from a corner bar, he goes up Trenton Street to his apartment. And in his bureau drawer, well, I'm not going to tell you. You have to read the book, but there's tragedy there. But the thing is, the thing is this. The thing is, I think I did. So one review I had, this person said, my book does take you on a ride, and it's like a roller coaster ride. And like a roller coaster ride, what you should do, let go of the handlebars, raise your hands in the air, and just enjoy the ride. I think I accomplished that.
So you have all these unique, interesting short stories with these simple but almost yet complex characters. But at the end of this process, after you've finished writing all this, how do you feel about it? Do you feel accomplished as a published author?
It's a great feeling to be a published author. It really is. It gives you a great feeling of accomplishment that you really, it's like I did this, and it's a really a great feeling. And I have to give really a lot of credit to my former editor, Don Brennan. What he did is he gave me the chance to be a reporter and a columnist. He gave me the chance. I'm so grateful for that. Because without this foundation, I don't think the book would have been possible. And he gave me the foundation where I could go on from being a reporter and a columnist to write the book. And I think that in your life, you should strive to do something. So at some point in your life, you can say, hey, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I did. And I feel good about myself about this. I really do. It's a good feeling.
So you think working for the newspaper company, that helped your writing?
Well, it's the foundation. I think the thing is this, like, I mean, this is the way I view it. Being a reporter and columnist is one level, but trying to write a book, it's notches above that. But no, writing for the paper, it not only gave me the foundation, it gave me the incentive to do it, to go beyond that. And I'm grateful for the way things turned out. And I'm grateful for everyone who helped me accomplish it.
Well, you've done it. You've wrote the book. So, I guess from here, where do you want to go with it? Are you looking to be famous?
Boy, I'll tell you something. That's really a good question. I'll tell you, I would be. I guess I'd really be famous if like 100,000 people bought the book, but I don't think that would happen. But one person buys the book, that's great. But this is the way I view it. I view it, you can become famous one person at a time. I'll tell you what I mean. I mean, if one person says to me, hey, Ron, I read your book, I really enjoyed it, and I think I became famous one person at a time. And that's a good feeling right there. I mean, I had one person tell me, she said, Ron, I read your book and it's really pretty good, and I don't know, that made me really feel good. So just be famous one person at a time, I think, and that makes me feel good. Maybe one day 100,000 people buy the book. That would be great too.
I think we're looking at a future bestseller. Ron, it was great to have you on the show today.
God, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And maybe we'll get together sometime. You think maybe if I write another book, you'll have me back?
Hey, Ron, I'll have a ticket for you.
Okay, that sounds great.
Once in a while in Philadelphia, Ron Neumer. I'm Bryant, Dexter, Boakye, your host, signing off.